Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper and today, playing some Stonehearth, Alpha 5, still Alpha 5. I felt like having a random discussion video where we just throw topics and ideas around the place about this game and the development process is currently taking place. Because it's looking fantastic. For those that don't follow the subreddits or the forum pages, as it were, they've got a lot of ideas and they've got a lot of things planning up. And they're definitely taking a lot of feedback and ideas from the community, and I wanted to throw a few more about the place. The last time we did a video, I believe, was in 1658, I believe, development build 1658. I think that was about 3 weeks ago, so it's been a little while, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a new map. We'll do normal game, just so we can see if the goblin bug is completely taken away now. I haven't experienced the bug in a little while now. Where we want to go? Once again, I don't think it really matters. I mean, it just generates the whole map anyway. Or at least that. No, it just generates the whole map. Once again, I think that's just showing that eventually it will be generate particularly what's in that area. But anyway, oh wait, no, I remember now. It only generates sort of a bit of it, now that I remember. A few blocks away. Yeah, something like that. So we need to put a place down. We always do this in our videos when we start. This looks pretty nice. We can make some ladders go down here as well. Ladders are in this version, so that's pretty great. Might be able to screw around for some houses. I'm not too sure what they've done for this build, but I imagine it's just a few bug fixes. Actually, I do believe they did add an achievement in there, or a few. This tutorial's always been here, so we'll just gather up what we can. They've got this sort of selection method right here that you can see. Shows you the radius of what you're selecting, which is pretty great. We did notice that before, and hope they add more options with that taking place. I imagine there might be some of this when it comes to building houses. I'm pretty sure there was, but whether there's also, you know, all of the axis involved, I imagine that would be the case. Merv just flew under my hand there. We just need to also make a stockpile. Probably gather all the sort of stuff around us. Flowers. For some reason that word escaped me. I have no idea why. Where do you want to put the stockpile? I like the food to be around here maybe, but then again I'll probably put a house. There you go. The house can be a stockpile. There we go. It's like a stronghold. Like that all over again. We'll get rid of all of these and we'll add just food and drink. There we are. And then we'll also add a normal stockpile for everything else. That's, well, normal. Wood. Primarily in the middle there. Just normal resources. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Let's go. I think they've increased the speed. I can't tell. There we go. We've got wood. Haha. Fantastic. It's always good to see. I think there's more notifications as well now. Well, actually, I don't think there is, but when they pop up, they sort of glow orange a little bit. That's not something I've noticed before, which is pretty great to see. I imagine they might add some more significance with this notification system. At the moment, it's just basically their thoughts and opinions. I imagine this is just to make the town feel a little bit more alive. But I imagine later on, it'll definitely be a good decision to read up on what their thoughts and opinions actually are, because it probably will dictate where the town is going, as it were. I imagine, in a weird way, these guys create the towns, sort of what the town is and the state of it, depending on what their social aspects are. I'm not just sure if that will really become a thing, but if they do have their own sort of quirks, and maybe some of them are serial killers, I'm not too sure. We shouldn't really go too far into that. I imagine that would be a very unfortunate situation to be in. We have collected all the wood. I'm not just sure what they gave us. I didn't pay attention to the reward. I don't think we got a reward. We did get some tools. I'm imagining that's what the reward is. We did see this system before, mind, body, and spirit. I can't remember what my thoughts on that was. I think the more spirit you have, the more morale you have, the more body you have, the more health you have, the more mind you have, the more efficient you are, maybe? And also all of these little aspects put into it. It looks like this would be... I'm not too sure, actually. Courage, muscle... So it looks like the first one on these are all body. The second one would probably be spirit. And then the second one would be mind. Stamina, actually. That would probably be body. But yeah, we'll throw them around. They probably need to be ordered, and maybe the aspects need to be, you know, they need to dictate which ones actually buff which attributes. But yeah, and maybe some of them actually debuff certain attributes if they're not on a basic benchmarked level. There probably 5 will be benchmarked, 10 will be best, 1 will be not as good. We'll make a house as well. We'll probably want to make a... Oh, this is different. I don't know how different. I think they just got rid of the borders, actually. Oh, no, they're still sort of there. This feels a bit smaller. I did watch a video on this a little while ago, a devlog. This was about 3 days ago now, where they basically showed a new way of creating buildings, which is pretty fantastic. It looks pretty good. It's for the most part the same, but they basically added something that I said a long time ago in a video, templates. I didn't say specifically templates. I don't know how to say it really. But they basically had a system like that where you build a house and you save whatever you did with that construction before actually making it into a template screen, and then you can access that later on or share it with friends. I believe it probably saves it to a file or something like that. Also, the floors will be on the floor. Yeah, I know, weird, right? It's pretty weird, but I think that's because they've been getting the mining done. They've been trying to get mining sorted out, so they're definitely making that more of a thing right now. How do we want this to look? I kind of want a bit stretched out like this. 6 actually isn't right, so I kind of want it stretched out a little bit more. Now it's completely wrong. Now it's just awful. What are we going to do now? This probably isn't going to work as well. We need to rub out the end here. Oh, is that not going to work? No, we just need to do a specific selection. There we are. Fantastic. Is that going to work? It looks like it will. Whether it does, well, I need to recalculate the doors. Why are you not? There we go. So yeah, that isn't going to work. I'm not too sure if you can take this down. Whether you right-click it. Oh no, there's a backup. There we go. There's an undo button. Fantastic. So what we'll do is we'll get the rubber. Probably just take out this edge here. I think that looks good. I forgot that the walls actually increase the thickness by 1. So that's pretty great. Oh, we've got a bit of problems here. So what we'll do is we'll just exit out of this, go back in, and that should be able to fix it. Apparently not. Okay, we'll remove the entire thing. Oh, no, don't keep building. Remove the building. Oh, well, the game is still very buggy. I mean, it is alpha. What can you really expect? Let's just get rid of the entire selection like this. Okay, apparently this isn't... Let's not touch it. Let's go over here. Yeah, hopefully the new building system also deals with that. Let's just make a simple house because I don't think it wants to make something crazy. But I want to make something crazy. Okay, we'll make it like this. Apparently I can't build at all now. This is interesting. Very interesting. Right, we'll have it going whilst we're doing this. And we'll have this be like a hunting ground over here. Okay, here, fine. We're having a lot of errors right now. Traps have been set. Let's make a carpenter. I'm clicking the wrong thing here. Create a job. This system's still in here, which is pretty good to see. We did have a long talk in the previous episode about this, and I pretty much love it to death. It's pretty great looking. Very nice to look at, and there's definitely a lot of professions that they have in the future. It looks like you can only be a certain profession if someone's already a profession and probably proficient in it. There's a lot of P's there, I know. But oh well. We have a hunter. I believe that's a hunter. And we have our carpenter right now. I'm not too sure why this block above the axe is, well, the harvest tool is glowing. But I imagine that is just some sort of bug. We'll create a stockpile here. And this is for anything that is being created in the carpenter's area. Fantastic. We also have food to be created down here. We have harvested some corn and stuff like that. So we should really get round to creating a change job. So there's a change job option. That's pretty interesting. So you can change their job now. That's good to look at. We didn't make some comfortable chairs or tables. Well, comfortable table. I love that. Cloth set table. Interesting. We didn't do any of that. I didn't feel like we needed to. We don't really need to. But maybe we'll get around to it when we make a farm. Get some cotton harvested. We do need to harvest stuff around here. Anyway, I was saying something and just completely slipped my mind. I think we were talking about the building system. And how the... Yeah, I'm not having the ability to build right now. So I'm probably going to go out and back in. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now, in fact. I'll see you in a second. And we're back. It's nice and dark right now. They're all gathered around this nice fire pit. I forgot what our town was called. I just saw it a second ago. We can actually find this out, can we not? New Winterton. Winterton. The town of Winterton. Very wealthy. Very happy as well. Good shelter. Good shelter? We got nothing. That's pretty fantastic. We need a farmer. Okay. So I have to wonder what farming options there will be later on. And whether there's any industrial options that we may have when it comes to farming. These guys are not really doing anything right now. Oh, I made them all go into party mode, apparently. That's pretty fantastic. Not party mode, it was battle mode, but I called it party mode for some reason. Also, traveler approaches. They would like to join your town. Well, that's pretty fantastic. It's a footman. Hello, footman. How are you doing? Can we check the statistics of this lovely footman? Low body. But you've got yourself a lovely set of armor. Just a military uniform. It's not going to protect you from very much. Experience. We do have an experience bar. I wonder how much that increases by and whether we can actually actively see it increase. I think that was something I missed on the previous run. Anyway, I was talking about buildings. I was talking about the mining and how the floors will be on the level that you place them at. That's pretty fantastic. I have to wonder how that may conflict with making secondary floors, though. I'm not too sure how they have tried to design second floors on these houses. I imagine in the future, hopefully this actually builds, because I didn't test it before going. Oh, that is... we might be able to continue with this. Oh, God. Let's just remove that. And let's also remove that. Okay. Fantastic. So I guess we'll keep making this house. We'll make it kind of small. I think 5 is what we want to do, because 3 in the middle there. But yeah, mining was something I was just talking about, and how the levels will be on the level of the floor. But like I said, secondary floors, I'm not too sure how they're going to work with that. We have to have second floors and stuff like that, because that's one of the cooler sort of intrication. I can't think of a good word right there. But a nice way to make the house look more unique is by having secondary floors, and that adds extra elements, basically, to the creation process. What do we want right here? Oh, that looks nice. I like that. I like the back is a little bit gone as well. Now, you can also, in this progress, in the update coming up, select where you want to have furniture, and also you can do that. Select where you want furniture to go specifically before you actually create it, and this helps with the template system, so you don't have to keep changing the inside of the house. Anything else? Right now, you can change the outside of the house, or, before the interior anyway. Where do we want this? Do we want one like that? I feel like that's a bit too much, but I don't think we can actually get it to be any better than that. There we are. Oh, we can have a nice window here as well, and the same on the other side. That's really good looking. And then we can have a final window right here, or another 2 windows. Maybe we can have a top one as well. I think that looks kind of weird. Like, we can't get that to be as good. I wish we could have it up there as well. That would look very cool. But yep, let's get them to start building that house, if they actually start building it. No one right now wants to become a farmer. I'm pretty sure I told them to be a farmer. But maybe it didn't happen. I'm not too sure. At the moment, though, they're just building the house at ludicrous speeds. It's pretty fantastic, and also we need to build a ladder. But yeah, second floors. I wonder how that's really going to work. Maybe they might have an option in this screen. It will look different. It'll be like a large panel where all the templates are, and then you create a new template down here, and then it goes back to the normal creation process, but less buggy, which hopefully they do improve the building process. At the moment, it looks fine, but second floor's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. But it's all in due time. As long as they get the building concept done, then that is all fine. I am, that's all good. I'm not sure if they can build down. Was the problem they can't build down, or they can't build up? Well, they can build down now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure building down was the problem they had before. Mining as well. I'm looking forward to that. I'm wondering how that works. Roads. I did see roads, or I did see a road. It was a modern picture of a road, sort of like the yellow in the middle, black sort of tar roads, that kind of thing. Black tar roads. Fantastic. That doesn't sound right at all. It's because it's not, basically. Also, we still haven't got a farmer. Why is that the case? I think it's because it's here and not... It's because there's nowhere to put it, I believe. If we go in here and do that, I think that will work. Tools and goods as well. So tools and goods can go in there, and I think then they should be able to throw it on that place, which then someone should be able to become a farmer by doing that. But mining, yeah. I wonder how simplified it is, though, whether it will be simplified. Hopefully it's like timber and stone, where you sort of mine manually, as it were. Like, not manually. Everything, you select what you do manually. Oh, look, someone has the trapper has gained experience. They are now level 2. Gives a nice little, like, buff up as well. I think that would get a bit annoying after a little while when you've got a large town. Hopefully they don't have that be a thing where it's just like every 5 seconds someone levels up. I would like to have a more distinguished notification screen that probably tells me they're leveled up in maybe bolder, much more fancier fonts, maybe. And also for this to maybe have an option of a background that can be... You can judge the transparency for yourself, basically, in the menu or something like that. It would just make it a bit neater. I would rather that system than something pop up saying that they leveled up, in my opinion, anyway. But it's nice to sort of give variety to options, and it can be an option in the future. I'm trying to check their level. I forgot what I was doing. But there we are. Their experience is right there. It says they're a journeyman trapper. I'm not too sure if that is level 2 or level 1. Oh, look, they're level 1. Okay, so level 2, there'll be neutral, efficient cuts, backpack size. Oh, wow, it tells you what they actually increase. So, the trapper may occasionally choose to turn a fine animal into a pet. That's nice. Long practice helps the trapper salvage more from each animal. Fantastic. And then this just increases your backpack size. So that's pretty good. I like how the upgrades... actually, well, their levels up actually give pretty cool upgrades. I imagine in the future they might also increase their chance to maybe get a special, you know, special monster or something like that that gives them a particularly more nutritious loot. Well, it just gives you more loot, basically. I don't know what I was trying to say. There was a particular word there that I couldn't come up with. There you go. That's my problem, really. I need to... perhaps carry a thesaurus around with me. That would be pretty fantastic. At the moment, though, that's not something I do. But yeah, mining. A lot of tangents right now. I keep doing that. Kind of annoying. It's because I'm trying to focus on getting this farming thing done. I'm wondering if... Like, I imagine you can mine down. But I'm trying to wonder, like, how specific it can really be. Like, I'm thinking you mine down here, there's a hole here. But then that hole goes down into a layer that you can't see. Unless maybe... I'm not too sure the layer system's going to work as well. That's going to be another option. But it'll go down a little sort of cave with a stair or a ladder. And then there'll be a door for that comes out here. It'll be a sort of a weirder way of defending. But it means that there is an actual underground element there. And it doesn't just get rid of the land underneath it completely. I want there to actually be caves. I want strip mining to actually become a thing. Also minecarts. Yeah, it'd be fantastic to get to maybe the mountains. I imagine it'll be pretty neat if I can make a mine shaft right here that goes all the way to the mountains. And if you're underneath the mountains, it's more nutritious and you can find much more rich minerals. But obviously it's quite far away, so you'd want to make a minecart or something like that. So it definitely increase the speed. But then also you can test the minecart system so that it become maybe a railway. So it would it would generate, it would go on a system that you automate. I'm not too sure how you'd automate it, if there's some sort of power system like coal or something that you put into generators. I'm getting a bit industrial here, I know, one step at a time, but it's pretty funny to just throw ideas out, you know, come up with random things. A guy really likes okay, well, fine, we'll have another footman. Fantastic. Getting quite a few mouths to feed. Oh, we've caught another critter. Fantastic. That's always good to see. We didn't get to see the level up there. Well, experience, but you can tell that they have increased their experience. That's always good to see. We'll need to harvest some more stuff there. I think we should create another tool because it looks like they just don't want to actually create a tool here. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Let's just click this. There we go. Alright, so we'll create another hoe because for some reason no one is actually picking that one up. I'm not too sure why. I think it broke. Yeah, it's probably broke. So it should be fine now. There we go. Someone has now become a farmer in a very, very strange way. It's always nice, though. I like it. Very fancy. Definitely goes with this art style. There's our weird-looking house. So we're not weird, but pretty nice. What I'd also like is for them to create the parts that I require. So if I wanted... Well, at the moment, I think I've wanted about 10 windows. I want 10 windows of a specific type and a door. I would like it if the carpenter just sort of tried to make them. Then again, it might ruin some of your sort of lineup when it comes to your creations as the carpenter. But, you know, it would be kind of neat just to get that done so I don't have to fiddle around a little bit with the creation process. But it doesn't really take too much effort, so I'm not too sure why I'm complaining too much. I like complaining, okay? I like it. It's a part of me. There we go. Fantastic. I talked about the crafting system in another video of mine that you can go back and check out on. I extensively talk about how it should, basically, if I make another door underneath this door, it just turns this tab into 2 doors instead of just sort of making a bunch of creations like that, if that makes sense. I think it's just less fiddly, but, you know, I explain it. I don't think I explain it very well, actually, but, you know, you don't think about that. You don't need to think about that at all. That's a weird ladder. I'm not just sure why we need a ladder right there. But oh well, aesthetics, maybe? Oh, it looks like they needed a ladder to get up there. Anyway, we should make a cool little farm here. That would be a pretty cool idea. Go to regions, turn this into a farm. See, I'm not too sure if they can actually make a farm in this area. So let's see, silkweed is what we want. And we'll make some fences and put that around. That'll look pretty nice. Now, I'm wondering how the house creation works up here. I'm wondering if we can go a bit mental. We might be able to, you don't know. Let's see, if we've got to be careful as well, because we don't want it to be... You see, now, I'd like it if... Ooh. So it looks like... Okay, that does go on multiple levels. I just overlooked it there. Oh, want to click it again. See, I don't actually have enough space up here to really do this. So maybe I just ignore it. I wonder why those two have just placed themselves. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't have enough room up there to really bother. So we won't bother, basically. Pretty fantastic. That farm looks really nice as well. Looks homely. I'm going to have some beds inside of there. Probably need another carpenter to get a lot of this work done. And I imagine we can move that up anyway. And up and at 'em. Up and at 'em. Also, I wonder what synergies there will be with trees later on and parts of the environment. Like other parts. So we got these flowers, we got these cool rocks. Maybe we got like some like much larger boulders that maybe in the center of them spawn like ogres or golems. Not only that, but you know, mob types are going to be pretty interesting. The ones that sort of like goblins might create a little settlement down here, and it'll become a rivalry. You can go and raid them. When you do raid them, you'll get a nice reward, like all the plunder. It'll be fantastic. That'll be pretty good to see. Maybe far in the mountains, a dragon will spawn. Like in this little area here, there'll be a cave, and a dragon will be in there. And he'll smaug you. You don't want him to smaug you, though. That'll be pretty unfortunate. People probably become very sad after that. I know I would. My town just get completely eviscerated by just a douchebag. I don't have that much gold. Smug. Smug. We need to create a bunch of houses. A bunch of beds. Now, I believe the ingredients are right here, but in the next update, they're going to appear as the images that are as follows, basically. Like, this bed requires a wood resource and 1 cloth resource. In the next update, it's going to require a mean bed and some weavers and some cloth. I think it just is cloth. We need the weaver's spindle, though, to actually get that done. And another farm. No, we don't need another farm. We need another carpenter's, but we can't make one of them at the moment, which is pretty unfortunate. Tell you what, though, we could put a sign up there if we've got one. I'm trying to find multiple ways to access it. Alright, so what signs do we have? That one's a carpenter's. Let's have a normal wooden sign. I'd like to have a farmer's house sign. But also customizable signs would be pretty nice. I'm not just sure how you'd customize them. Like maybe there's a browse option on a sign and you could put like a picture that you've got if it's a specific resolution. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Probably like lower than what a sort of thumbnail would look like the size of a thumbnail, maybe. Actually, a thumbnail could be pretty big, but yeah. Also, I don't think I created all I wanted to. All of these guys just stopped doing stuff for the time being. A little bit weird. But yeah, maybe some magic trees as well. Different wood types would be pretty interesting. Like, I imagine in the future they'll make some biomes. In the snowy biomes, you'll find sort of more pine. That lot. In the swamp, you might find a bunch of cool little willow trees. Stuff like that. And they all have different elements. They probably make, like, cooler looking sort of stuff. Like, we've already got these different looking sort of architectural designs. You know, like this could probably be made out of willow because it looks pretty cool. And the idea of that, which I think would be pretty interesting, is when the multiplayer aspect, or even if there's a co-op AI kind of thing going on, what will happen there is that the different biome types would dictate what the town kind of looks like. So you would sort of... It's a bit weird. You won't necessarily be forced to do this, because what you could do is trade with that town to get Willow to have the cool-looking stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it gives the plot of land specific resources so that they're richer in that particular thing. And that encourages trading, which I imagine is something that they're definitely going to go for later on. Obviously, I'm thinking of the bigger picture here, while nitpicking in smaller aspects and stuff like that. But like I said before, this is just an idea-throwing thing. I do this in all of the episodes. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on that as well. I think that's a really cool idea. I imagine they will do something similar. But I'm talking about that kind of resource doesn't matter. It's an aesthetic, and that's why it's a cool resource. That's why I would like to trade it. And in return, I'll give them my pine or something like that. No, oak, even. Or if I was in a snow biome, pine. As for mountains, I think these trees are fine. Juniper tree. See, like, these are different kinds of trees. Like, you got medium oak tree right here. Like, I already knew this. But they don't give you anything different. At least I'm not too sure if juniper trees gives you anything different. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Because I've tested this before. Just all oak logs. Oh, yeah, there we go. You got a juniper log. But it pretty much acts as the same log. So it looks like they may already have this as an idea in the future. You never know. But hopefully it's just a different color. And it makes specific types of logs. That'd be pretty great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'd be pretty cool. Gold mines as well. Similar to... would it be like World of Warcraft? World of Warcraft. No, not World of Warcraft. Warcraft 3. Where you've got these sort of little mounds of gold. And I'm not too sure how that would really work. I imagine maybe you make a mine shaft into them. And they don't really go anywhere. But people go into there and then come out with some gold. But then I feel like that would be a bit weird and harvesty. I'm not too sure if that would really work. But maybe it would be just a random boulder in the world that just has a bunch of gold in it. Or maybe there's a volcano in the background, and in the volcano you can find like diamonds and stuff like that. Geographical stuff, you know, more exploring, more reasons to go to certain areas, that kind of thing. What am I doing anyway? Bit random, I know. I'm just thinking like go nuts with the forts, because this game's moddable already. So, you know, people that in the future, I feel like this game is going to be as expansive as Minecraft is when it comes to its creativity levels with mods. Like, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fantastic. I could even, like, would there be any different sort of career types that can be created with mods specifically? I imagine some new warrior sort of stuff, but I think there's already a tree for that. But yeah, see, there's 2 more classes. I'm not too sure. I imagine one of them will be an archer, and maybe one of them will be like a captain or something like that. And maybe you can only have one captain. That's how that would work, maybe. And, you know, when they're closer to them, they probably get some stat buffs or something like that. And be a good reason to have them. Squad leader, that kind of thing. Would there be technologies? I'm not too sure there would be. It would be interesting, but then it would start becoming like Civilization. Not a bad thing, I might add, but I don't think this is the kind of game to have it. But there would be sort of... There would be a tree of creation, I'd imagine. Where creating certain things does require certain materials that are hard or easy to get. But, you know, you can generally get depending on where you spawn, that kind of thing. Obviously, that requires, like, mining and stuff like that to get certain minerals. And a blacksmith's. Looking forward to that. Blacksmith class. It's going to be fantastic. Is that on here? I think it is. There he is. And pretty much that's the blacksmith. Yep. Denied. Well, that's unfortunate. We can make a weaver, though. So we will go ahead and make one of them. He can go do his job. Do we make some beds? No, we didn't. Okay, we need to create some beds. I wonder why we didn't make beds. Also, why is this really annoying for me? To go to the station to actually select to get stuff done. Right. So, what we need to do... Oh, okay. I didn't want to do that. Good thing the search box is in there, though. I imagine there's going to be a lot of items in the future. Of what? I don't know. We need to make some lamps, maybe. We'll make this lamp, and then we'll make this fence gate, and... Oh, no, don't want to do that. 10? Like, 10's not enough. 15. There we are. No, it's feeding time, apparently. And there's some food down here to gather. There we are. Did we have any notifications I missed out on? Who are you? Kate Von Dess. Footman. Hello, Kate. You're doing pretty well. Fantastic. I can't Probably doesn't say what I just said her name was. I do apologize, Kate. I am terrible when it comes to English. English aren't strong in my land. What? Ah, fantastic. Pretty good. Pretty fantastic. Flower types as well. Probably find them in different biome types. I wonder how the sort of the bridge, I guess, like how the terraforming would really work between sort of connection of the different, because I'm not too sure. These maps are meant to be pretty big. I don't think they're meant to be infinite, but they're meant to be pretty big apparently. This is just sort of a build map, I guess, a test map, just to see what's going on. I imagine that's what all of that is for. A lot of detail there, I've just noticed. Probably could be a little bit more in the wood though, but I imagine that could probably be textured later on. This is just a for now thing. A lot of people as well. Not doing too much. Let's make another house. Go mental. Make more houses. What are we going to make this time? We should have a center, be 11 by 11. And then some weird outcrops of 9.4. Ooh. 9.4. I don't know where this is going to be. Like some sort of dojo. It's very strange. 9.4. I'm looking forward to it though. 9.4 right here. What else do we want? Do we want to have sort of weird bits like this? No, I don't think. I think that's a bit weird. We won't notice it anyway. We might notice it, but I doubt we will. We probably won't. Do we want to have sort of a weird bit right here that connects? That's really weird. Very strange. I wonder how this is going to look. Have this bit connection here. And then, do we do that? No, we don't. I feel like, oh, we got to click it twice a lot, I've noticed. Do that. And then we go in 2 by 7. I'm making just like the most unnecessarily convoluted thing ever. 2 by 7. It's like pointless. 2 by 7 again. 2 by 7. Fantastic. What is it? I don't know. Now we will do this. Ooh. Ooh. That looks fancy. See, this is like a tower now. What we could do is make it flat. And then we'll make a secondary level of this tower. This is pretty fantastic. We're going places, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely what we're doing right now. We could put that as 1. This can be the roof. Ooh. Very pretty. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll just create a door here. Door here. I'm not just sure what's going inside this tower. Probably evil people. I imagine they're all evil. Like, if they're not all evil here, then I'm going to be just disappointed. Just completely disappointed. I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't be disappointed. I mean, they're not evil. What am I doing wrong? But yeah, the tower building system is going to be quite interesting. What else? Fighting's going to be working the same. Probably going to get attacked by random events, like in the trailer, the launch, well, not the launch trailer, but the Kickstarter launch trailer, I suppose. With that weird Cthulhu thing coming out of nowhere. I imagine that's a random event. I'm not too sure whether it spawns in or it creates a cool little sequence of it coming out. I'm not too sure. Not too sure how relationships are going to work as well. That'd be pretty weird. Caravans, we've talked about that in a previous episode. Probably have to have a road connected to the outside. But the thing is, if the world's going to be sort of pretty big in the final build, that's probably not going to be how it works. I imagine caravans will just spawn in the darkness in this sort of non-influential area and just come out of nowhere and probably go onto the closest road that it can actually get connected to. I imagine, though, you will need roads connected to people like player towns or AI towns to actually start trading with them. And when the tradings do start taking place, you'll probably have to designate an area being your trade post. And anything inside that trade post will be stuff that you sell or buy. No, probably just sell. I imagine the case will be. As for what, I'm not too sure. Gold at the moment is... Oh, who are you? You are very much welcome, sir. Oh, all the way over there. Fantastic. And it looks like you're another carpenter. Fantastic. That's really good. What we'll do is we'll make another carpentry bench right here. And we can get all of your work done. That's always good to see. Apparently people of different classes, not just warriors, can come here as well. We've got all of this being harvested, which is good to see. So we'll be able to actually create some nicer beds. I'm looking forward to that. And now we can get some double team going on right here. We need to collect some more wood. So we'll get some of these bigger trees. Mine them up. Pretty fantastic. But traders, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe even like random events where some goblins will go and destroy your road. Or maybe some bandits will come and raid your traveling guy. Your cart, as it were. The system I'm thinking right now is, if anyone can remember... if I can actually remember, Age of Empires, I believe it's called. Or the second one, I can't remember if it is Age of Empires. There's so many Empires of Age Empires games, I just can't think of it at the top of my head. The one that came out recently with the Forgotten DLC, I can remember that, but I can't remember if it was Age of Empires or something else. But basically there was a market that you could create, and you could also send a cart that would send gold back and forth. You wouldn't lose any gold, but you would gain gold. People can dispatch them, and you basically lose your currency. It's like having a relic. You know, it gives you a little bit of gold. It's pretty fantastic, obviously, depending on how far away it is. But only on this, it wouldn't just be gold. It would probably be... like, you might get a little bit of gold generation, I imagine, as a slight bonus. But it'll probably be the trading of whatever in your trading post is. Which I imagine will have, like, cool little stalls and stuff like that for selling specific things that you've got to keep fueling, as it were. You know, you could probably select on the stall and select how many of what resources in that stall that can be sold or stored at the same time. That kind of thing. Similar to Anno, might have a system like that. Or Banished. Banished is actually a much better example, I feel, where you limited it on how much could be stored in there based on the resources that you found. So it's pretty interesting, and obviously of what could be used. Takes them a little while to build this, but hopefully we can get the second floor going. This has been going on for a little while, though. I should write down more of the ideas, though, that I have for later videos such as this one. Because, I mean, I usually wait until an update comes out and then show you what the update is about and then offer some ideas and stuff like that based on what they've done. But it's just been so long, and I couldn't stop anymore. I needed to just talk about Stonehearth, because it's pretty great. It's looking pretty good. It's definitely... progressing in its alpha stage very quickly. Actually, I still think it's pre-alpha stage. Alpha stage. It's alpha because, well, alpha 5 and stuff like that. But I can't remember, like, I'm annoyed. You know, the world right now, it keeps throwing you alpha, beta, pre-alpha, alpha, balpha, Charlie, stuff like that. You know, you just don't know what's what anymore because it keeps being thrown in your face. If anyone understands what I mean right there. It's just, it seems to be a really weird term now. At least beta is, anyway. With what AAAs were doing with them. But anyway, that's enough. That's enough with that. This is a really weird thing going on here. Another speed mode would be pretty nice. Nice. 3 times speed. I would probably think the furthest you could really go is 5 times speed. Because half of it is just sort of watching the town slowly progress. If it's 10 times speed, then you don't really have that same progression. But I think 5 times is a decent amount where you don't get a bit too impatient when they make big buildings like this. But I imagine in the later stages you would start playing it similar to Banished, actually, once again, referencing that. Where you would probably start off at 10 but then slowly go down because you've got a lot more to manage. Like, I'm looking forward to the future where this just becomes a sprawling castle with lots of cool villager stuff in the background as well, with large farms that take up just this entire space that are required to feed all of your citizens. Stuff like that. Relationships would also help there as well, because, you know, procreation, guys. We're not going to dodge it. Can't just have new migrants coming in every now and then. Got to create the next generation. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. I just did that whole stuff there. Pretty good. Can't remember where the item place menu. Here we go. So what we'll do is we'll put a nice lamp. See, this is interesting. Oh, wow. We need ladders now to do a lot of this stuff. Oh, trapper level 2. Fantastic. I really wish clicking that would take them to the trapper screen instead of just taking them to where they are. So it just means this is a bit fiddly right now. What I'd like to do is click on them, maybe click on their name, or double click on their name. Like clicking it once to take them where they are. Excuse me, take them where they are. But double click on it and it will just immediately show up the menu like this. That'd be pretty great. Also, if I click on attributes and then click on someone else, I'd like it to stay on attributes. Just something else. There you go. I know it's a bit nitpicky, but There you go. Fantastic. Pretty weird. Pretty weird. Maybe there's some events as well with the day-night cycle. Maybe there's kinds of resources that only come out at night. That kind of thing. Maybe you can get fireflies. Actually, that sounds... Am I thinking of Terraria, I think? Is it Terraria? I know you can catch something at night in Terraria, and I imagine it's fireflies. That and... I think there's a mod in Minecraft that does it. That jungle mod that I played a very long time ago. Very long time ago. Prehistoric ages, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just sure how this light is going to work. We should just plonk it down because we're going to end it soon enough. There we are. Is no one going to place the light? Oh, there he goes. I want to see. I have not seen the light before because I never bothered making them. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. There's some weird flashy glowy effects with it. I don't like that so much. I'd prefer this flame right here. But then again, maybe it makes it look like a little bit too much of an open flame. I would like some torches, though, instead, because I think it adds a little bit more. Obviously, this fire, though, is a bit sort of insane. So maybe we'll have just slightly more controlled torches. But this is still nice to look at. And it does offer a slight glow. Not too much of one, though. Could probably be a little bit stronger. Also, for some reason, fences aren't in this, but these flowers are. Not too sure why that is. Maybe I'm missing something. Probably missing something. So you have to sort of place these one by one. It's a little bit awkward. I'd rather just select an area in the build menu or something like that where fences can become a thing. Also at the same time, just textures, like castle textures and stuff like that. Maybe as well in the future we can get some other shapes. I'm not too sure how that would really work in a block building, well, voxel game. It wouldn't work actually, it just wouldn't, but it would work around that. I guess the whole part of the aesthetic is that it's voxel based, and I think we should just stick to that rather than maybe opening it up. But maybe the roofs could have a much sharper... Actually, I don't know, I like that. Oh, we're under attack. Hey, he's stealing our stuff. Okay, we're fine. Everyone back to work. Oh, about to capture him. We got him! Fantastic! Snare trap! Oh, wait, did the trapper get level 2? So, because if he did, I believe that might be the one where he, or she, I can't remember, can get pets. So yeah. Choose to turn a particularly fine animal into a pet. So, I imagine that's not going to happen anytime soon. But I haven't seen that myself. Because I usually just focus on like the random building stuff that you can really do. Like you can create some pretty cool looking houses in this game, even in its minimalistic state. It's just still fantastic. Well, building minimalistic state. I'm not saying the game is minimalistic. In fact, the exact opposite. The game is pretty well done so far for an alpha game. Pretty fantastic. I'm looking forward to the future, ladies and gentlemen, of this title. This shadow fog of war needs to be fixed as well. I'm not too sure it should even exist as well, to be honest with you. But maybe it exists like that because the areas that you've explored just stay like that forever. But I kind of would prefer like posts or something like that show you an area that, you know, there's a lot you can really do there with the fog of war, and I feel like it should be persistent. Well, not persistent. It should go away after you've not got anyone in your area. But it should stay there if you have a building of yours there. You know, it might be a crappy way of doing it. You just put a block down and it reveals an entire area. But maybe the size of the building dictates how much of the fog of war you see. I'm not too sure. I didn't get to talk about everything I wanted to talk about. A lot of it slipped my mind because I've been playing this at the same time. I'm probably going to write a lot more of my ideas down in the future so that doesn't happen again. However, ladies and gentlemen, specifically, these are made because I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear some ideas. There's a lot of thoughts and opinions being thrown around in the forum pages right now and on Reddit, which is pretty good to see. Obviously, got to be quite logical with the ideas. Can't go too mad. Like, I did go a little bit mad after a little while, but I was getting a bit excited. You can definitely tell the excitement levels when an idea is just sort of popped into my brain and you can't really get rid of it. But these devs are paying attention, and hopefully they will possibly enact some ideas like this, maybe a year or 2 years down the line. I'm not too sure how long it's going to take, but I will be following this game till the ends of the earth, or at least the same aspect as I did Castle Story before it ruined my soul. Fantastic. I actually still like playing that game, weirdly enough. But it could have been better. Oh well. I feel like I always got to get a, like, fuck you castle story quote in here. Every bloody video I make. Oh well. You know, these things happen. Kickstarter. But this is going very well. This is probably why I'm so excited. But anyway, about five outros later. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I've been the Innkeeper. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for updates on my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to comment your ideas, or just think of ideas, you know. Think of the possibilities are endless in this game by the looks of it. A lot of cool things are going to happen, and when it gets more stable, the more things are going to happen. Fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.